The Christmas season is upon us, yet for many, the spirit of togetherness is buried under heaps of work. But what if the Christmas spirit could be unleashed with the gift of time, freedom, and pure, unfiltered joy? This Christmas, we've wrapped up a little surprise for our clients as a thank you for their continued trust in us. And as a reminder that while our digital workers manage the load, it's time for the humans to reconnect and revel in the festivities. This is the power of freeing humans from mundane tasks. And we couldn't let our own brilliant team miss out on the fun. After all, it's thanks to them that our digital workers do such a cracking job in the first place. Spectrum Digital wishes you a very merry automated Christmas, filled with moments that truly matter, with a little help from your digital friends.
Welcome to the end of year roundup, ladies and gentlemen. Nice to see a familiar face.
Charlotte.
John Vanoom.
It's been so long.
Been a while, hasn't it? Where you been?
Well, I thought I'd been subtly dropped. It's just I've got to find my way back into it gently.
You're like Santa. Just pop up in December. Not been around all year.
Wowza. You didn't have to bring my physical appearance into this, did you?
I thought you'd compare me to an elf, to be fair, on the back of that.
Oh, mate,
missed
come
opportunity.
on.
Come on.
He always does it, doesn't he?
Yeah,
You used to be sharper than that.
I don't think I ever
It's a
did.
little rusty. A little rusty.
Yeah.
Did you think you'd been replaced?
But it was.
Well, I was. Factually, by the MD.
Yeah. He pulled
Young lad
rank.
downstairs as well. Yeah, it's just an age thing.
Just a busy man.
You're
MD
HR,
pulled
aren't
rank.
you? Perfect.
So yeah, welcome back to JV. Good to
Thank
have you
you.
back, genuinely.
It's good.
And Charlotte, you're on again. Is
Yeah.
this second time or third time? I can't
I
remember.
kind of just gate crashed in the last 5 minutes.
It might be third time.
Second time.
Thursday.
Third's next week.
You're
Yeah.
coming on again soon, aren't you? So yeah, so welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
And I don't think we've met. I'm Steve.
Live and direct, what you saying?
How you doing? You alright?
Yeah, I'm doing great, mate.
The
I'm doing
infamous
great.
Bakary.
Merry Christmas. What's your favourite Christmas song?
Ooh.
Everyone.
The Elton John one. What is it?
Step into Christmas.
that's lovely.
We
Was
that
can watch
Elton?
the snow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ever and ever. Yeah, pre-plug, I think.
JB.
Yep, don't be asking me.
Why?
Mariah Carey.
Oh,
Is
God.
it?
Whatever that one is. Yeah.
I thought you were going to be.
He's a
Do
belter,
you know what? I
isn't
can picture Oliver singing.
Well, I thought you were asking me. Not
Yeah,
the song.
but it just came to mind. Silent night. Holy. So what's yours? All I Want for Christmas Is You.
he? Bit Mariah.
You've definitely got to go home and record OV singing that, and then we'll just clip it in.
Yes.
He'll do it as well, won't he?
He'll
we
do
can
it.
Yeah, he would do that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course he
he's
will.
having singing lessons as well.
Is it?
Perfect.
Do it,
This is
mate.
good
Are you a
publicity.
Mariah fan then in general, or is it just
No.
the song? Oh, okay.
It was a good video though, wasn't it?
What, the new one? Because she's just done like an
No,
anniversary one.
I'm
hasn't
going
she?
back to the 70s. Was
Classic. Yeah.
it? Pre a few people's times in this room.
Yeah, I don't think I was alive.
Charlotte, favourite song?
I like the new stuff. I like a bit of Ariana Grande, Justin Bieber.
you?
Yeah, mixed it up a
What's
little
that?
bit.
What's theirs called?
What's the Ariana Grande?
Oh.
That's the Justin Bieber one. It's yeah, that one.
Oh, I've got a horrendous one actually.
That's
A
it.
really bad one.
Yeah.
I don't know the name of it. E17.
Yes.
Stay now, baby, if
my
my
generation.
Honestly,
go
that is-
away.
Now that video's not great.
No.
However, I do really like that tune.
Yeah, it's a good tune.
Yeah, I'm iffy with that one. For me, it's even
Well, you went
gotta
straight
be,
into the blooming zone
Yeah,
then,
you
didn't
knew
you?
it.
They got cars big as bars, they got rivers of gold. But the wind runs right through you, it's no place for the old. Or, but I like some of the weird ones, you know, that one's like, hey, Mr. Churchill marching in the snow.
Oh,
that was good.
Who sings that? You'll know. Come on, it's
not
old.
Flying Pickets, is it? Or
No,
No, I don't know.
no. It's,
That's a goodie. That's one that if you'd listen to like a Christmas album and you've had enough of like the whole,
Yeah.
you
Not a
skip
bit.
it and then you find that and you're
Yeah.
like, yeah.
what about that one?
quick, keep singing that just a bit longer.
Ellie, just Google. Give us some lyrics.
Mr. Churchill marching in the snow.
Yeah.
Churchill.
Churchill marching in the snow.
All
Do
I
some
say is
Googling.
tough. I have had enough. Can you bring the cavalry?
Elvis Costello.
No.
Maybe. He's got massive, like, big, fat mutton chops, hasn't he?
Honestly,
yeah,
I'm
it's not
leaving the room
Elvis.
if it is Elvis Costello.
Not Elvis.
I've never seen it, I don't think. Who is it? Oh.
Didn't it just sit?
Stop the cavalry.
There you
Cavalry,
go.
Yeah.
Is it that song?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
What's
it.
the singer
Yeah.
called?
Who is
Who
it?
sings it?
Journal Louis.
Yeah, told you.
Yeah. Journal Louis.
In,
But that other one where he's like, a spaceman came down on a ship.
Was he from
afar.
Yorkshire?
It was like years he travelled. Do you know that one?
No.
Sounds like Bowie. It's not Bowie.
it,
No,
doesn't
it's
it
not
sounds
Bowie.
like Sting. It sounds like the musical
And he's like,
that Sting
and
did.
he said, la 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 la.
Oh, yeah. That's good too. Yeah.
That's the chorus. I'm full of them.
There's one, I Want an Alien for Christmas. You heard that one? That's a good tune.
No,
Can't remember who sings that.
you've just made that up.
No,
in your head.
honestly, it's a
Want an
classic.
Alien for Christmas.
It's not a classic, but it should be. It's a modern classic.
Worst Christmas song of all time.
Fountains of Wayne. That was it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Fountains of Wayne.
Yeah.
Worst Christmas song of all time has got to be. Yeah. not that.
Why'd you have to do that?
I don't know, mate. Just didn't click it. Has got to be. Last Christmas I gave you my heart.
That was.
Nah,
No?
shit.
George Michael is quality. Don't you think?
Yeah,
Nah,
but that's
that
not
was-
him at his best.
No, that was too bold.
You've just aired it too much. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I'm bored of Christmas songs by Christmas.
I thought you were going to say I'm
Ian.
bored of
Do
Christmas.
you
I
not
was
think
thinking,
this year
we got away.
This year on the radio they started way earlier than they usually do.
Yeah.
It was like start of November.
Yeah.
So
They always do.
this radio thing you speak of.
Yes.
What is this?
It's called a
Radio.
wireless.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
You wind it up.
Sorry.
A radio
Are
that's on
you-
in the car.
Are you driving around
Yeah.
listening to the radio?
Yes.
Don't you have Spotify?
Yeah, but you ought to be surprised. You put a bit of Radio 6 on and get some, I don't know, bangers from some band that was put together in university that you've never heard before.
I need to have a long hard think about you, mate. Do you know what I mean?
I'm with you,
I'd-
Charlotte. I'm with you.
Are you really?
Well, I'm a TalkSport man. So.
I'd expect that from Sir John Vanu. Sir John Vanu.
Honestly,
What's wrong with the radio?
From
the rap sheet that you're building is off the charts.
Mate, do you watch live television as well?
Listen, I don't listen to, what was your band called?
Bud Sugar.
Bud Sugar on Spotify.
Well,
Listen to the radio.
well, we're not on the radio. So thank you for bringing that up. What are you watching? Channel 4? You watching Come Dine With Me?
Yes.
Live?
No. On demand.
All right.
Right, let's move on.
Yeah.
So let's start with review of the year for the business. So what? Been good year, bad year? What do we think? JV kicks off.
It's been a busy year, isn't it?
It has. Yeah.
Acquisitions,
Yeah.
new staff,
New
growing.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lost a few faces. Neil Wells. R.I.P.
True.
Yeah.
We never did like
A homage too.
yeah.
No, we didn't.
No,
do we?
like as though he died, like it's like slow motion, like footage of him
Yeah.
like laughing in like sort of like black and white kind
Well,
of.
It's not too late.
Now's your chance.
You could
yeah,
do it.
do
No,
it
it's
now.
too late.
No, okay.
too late.
We've moved on.
This is it now. See you, Neil.
Yeah.
It's been good having you. Years ago, whatever it was, can't
Yeah.
remember. Who else?
Who else we lost? Who have we lost?
Soon to lose Catherine.
Soon to lose Catherine. Yeah, that's
it's
sad.
Yeah, very
We like
sad.
Catherine. Yeah.
Why are we talking about all like loss?
All right. Well, let's
It's Christmas.
new
man.
starters. We've got the kids. The kids are in.
Kids are in the
graduates.
house. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not actual children. They're like in their early 20s. So
I love the way you look
compared to
straight
John.
down the lens. You proper got it, haven't you?
yeah, I've done this
Straight down the
before.
lens.
He always comes in. He loves it. He's like, "Are the kids doing? We're not married. All right.
Yeah, but your room is
We
that,
got
aren't you?
kids. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Are you getting on well?
Yeah, the kids live with me. The dad just didn't really want much to do with them. So, which
so,
makes me the mum. Oh, I've just made myself that. All right, fair.
so the idea,
Good mum, to be fair.
the idea, just to explain to people, was to bring the brother and sister of sales and marketing
Yes.
closer together, wasn't it?
Yes.
So we literally stuck you in a room together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is it working?
It's been cool. Yeah, yeah. It's
Ellie's
working.
nodding. Yeah.
Yeah, we're collaborating.
I'm going salesy now.
She's going salesy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You know, we went for a little team building meal at the pub, didn't we? That was quite nice.
Nice. Which
Thanks
pub?
for the invite.
What's that one over there? Wingfield.
Wigfield.
Wingfield Farm.
Wingfield.
Wigfield. We're not going back to music again, are we?
Sorry,
No, it's been good. You know,
Yeah.
like from market perspective, obviously, I think this year was the splitting of the brands. as
yeah.
well.
Yes. Yeah.
So we launched our branded house, so that was good. See, now you got me looking down the lens, mate. You're in my head rent free. Let me look at
Amateur.
you. I know,
Absolute
I know.
amateur.
Now look at this.
Cashing all my chips.
We had the AGM.
We had the AGM.
Wow, what event that was. You went to town on that, didn't you?
What did you think to my presentation?
I thought it was very good.
Yeah.
a lot of care and attention have gone into it.
Thank you.
It was for us. I think it was a real break from our Spectrum tradition, if you like. Did it over is that the Ergo over there? Aura. Yeah, forgive me. Straight ahead, not to the left. Yeah, and I thought it was way more. You know, obviously you launched the brand that you and Ellie and I guess a few others have put an awful lot of work into, and just the way the senior leadership team got up there and explained a bit about what's happened, what's happening, the plans. I thought it was really positive and insightful, which sometimes you don't always get given too much. It's all just a little bit woolly and a bit fluffy, but thought we were, given real.
Got a good look under the bonnet.
Yeah, absolutely. Long may that continue.
Yeah, it was a very open session, wasn't it?
I played my part, and Charlotte, she was just fresh off the boat,
fresh face,
and she had to stand up there.
Fresh
didn't
off the boat.
And,
she's not a refugee.
Wow, not in the current climate.
Which boat? Yeah.
She was fresh off the wagon.
She's not going to Rwanda.
You what?
She's not going to Rwanda.
No, not yet.
So is that not normal? You don't usually do the AGMs then? I know you have previously. Have you not done them over the last few years?
No, well we have. Although was that the first one since?
First one since I've been here, 3 years.
Yeah, first one probably
important.
since COVID. I would
think we
say.
should do more. Maybe not AGMs, but I think we should have quarterly. SLT team do something.
So HR.
It's because after it, everybody was very like, okay, that's what's going on. Now I'm excited. I get it.
Yeah.
There's not really been anything for the wider team since.
Yeah,
maybe it has been departmentally, but I think it's really important to have
think-
all hand sessions. I want to work on it. That's my 20.
Played its part. Drive 45.
Yeah.
It's become a staple.
Yeah.
I hear more and more people now saying Stow Adseye than ever.
Yeah.
Which I never thought I'd see the day. Stow
What
Adseye
does
stickers.
it stand for?
State the obvious. Do something about it.
We'd have to whisper it.
I added a bit of cinematic effect. Stow Adseye. Don't ask me to remember the core.
Oh, I think I know.
Why
him.
do you even bring it up?
No, you look bad, yeah. Oh, Rob, we're sorry. That's why I've got it in the notebooks, though.
That's true. Where's your notebook?
Yeah.
You've messed this up.
So
we're going to have to edit this
I
out.
lent it to my mate.
You've got it, mate.
I'm here.
You've got it.
Oh, wow.
Do you know what I mean? Well, you're old. So if we're gonna start slagging each other off,
You're just. I might be stirring. You're just stating facts.
Charlotte, from a people perspective then, anything new, anything changed this year?
I think there's been a few. I think AGM was massive. I think we've changed a lot of the processes in the background, which I think has made things a lot about recruitment.
it's made things real smooth.
Yeah,
definitely.
recruitment's running like a dream. I think we've had some brilliant hires this year.
And you've
we've
been
got
like
some absolute diamonds.
chucking loads of treats out, which has been nice.
Yeah, looking after everybody.
Looking after everyone.
As you should. Look after them. They'll do a good job. It's that simple.
And we've been collaborating. There's been a
Yeah.
lot of collaboration actually
Yeah.
between HR,
HR
sales,
marketing.
HR marketing,
Yeah.
smarketing.
Yeah.
It's been a beautiful time.
Is that one of your creations? The HR marketing,
was it Rob?
marketing. Is that one of your ideas? Or did you steal it?
Or was it ChatGPT?
It was Rob.
It was
It was Rob.
Rob.
Was it?
Basically,
Whoa.
I saw smarketing on a video and came in and was like, I've come up with this thing, smarketing. No one questioned it, obviously. And then, what was we going to call it? Harketing.
Marketing,
That
yeah.
was what. That was
and then
your,
you changed it.
I think Rob,
Was marketing.
because he was like HR-keting. He's
Yeah.
clever.
That is better.
So
I like that.
yeah, he's good for a little. He's good for
It comes good now
Drive
and then,
45,
doesn't
Stow Adseye, HR-keting. He's
Yeah.
in the wrong line of work, mate.
He's
He should be naming
creative.
shit.
We're just going back to what Charlotte
Chief
was
of
saying
Police.
about we've had some decent hires with the graduates.
Yeah.
People in PS, we always tend to have a quite a young, enthusiastic PS team. For an old boy, it's actually really refreshing to see new people on the start of their journey. And actually, I've been here 8 years now. The start in people's working careers at Spectrum
Yeah.
is as
Yeah.
strong as it's been in any of the jobs that I've had. The training you get, the support you get.
Yeah.
And I just think it has actually, picking up on what you said, Charlotte, I think it has gone to another level.
Level,
And I
yeah.
think one of the things you touched on was around like little rewards, ice cream van, pizza van, whatever it is, just little things that just show the company's gratitude along the way. And they're little touches, and obviously they cost the company some money, but it's just
It's just
nice.
it's listening as well. Just little things like really simple things like your employee suggestions stuff. Me and Sal will go through that, and we set a day a month, an hour a month, and we go through it. And we look at what we can do, maybe what we can't quite justify or whatever. And it's just a way of going. We are listening, like we're giving you what what we can and what you're asking for.
And why are we doing it? Why are we doing it?
To engage them, to get the best out of them.
We just
That's
want
what
it to
it's
be a good place to work, right? It's
Yeah.
not like we're not playing some Machiavellian game, are we?
No, you just want people to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Just
because
good
then
kids,
they'll-
aren't we?
Yeah.
Just good kids.
kids.
Oh,
like-
where did you get that
We just like
saying
to have
from?
fun.
Let's tell that off. Rob.
We did a bit of meditating as well.
Graham.
Is it Graham? Yeah,
We did.
Yeah, we did a
Bit
bit
of
of
meditating.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
you
didn't do that.
didn't do that.
No, I was too busy.
Max was snoring.
Did you fall asleep?
No,
He did.
no,
Oh, I can imagine.
no, because I was sitting up. Everyone else
Was it-
laid down. I was sitting up,
Right.
and
Doesn't stop you falling asleep, does it?
well, it did, and I regret not laying down because my legs disappeared off this planet. I did not know. I could not feel my legs. I thought they were gone, honestly. But it was good. It was, other than the fact that my legs went, completely numb, I felt really relaxed.
Have you done it since?
One time I sat in my living room for 5 minutes just to see if I could just stand myself.
Right.
And
I would say it's a no.
I think the other thing, just on when we're talking about people, the impact that Sally and Charlotte have had. What do you call it? Badders, five-a-side football,
Badders, yeah.
Badminton
the sort of after-work activities where we all get together. We had the 40th anniversary. Probably shouldn't forget that.
Yeah,
End of
fair
year,
point. Yeah,
40th anniversary.
Yeah.
good night. That.
Yeah.
Shall I just come up with all the ideas?
No,
or
honestly,
what are we talking about?
Been waiting
with
all year.
age comes great wisdom.
Do you know what I think has been really good? And it's a subtle one, but the hub. I think the hub it just works.
Yeah, the hub as well. Yeah, that's like a internal. Bit boring actually for people that don't. No. Yeah.
But isn't like an internal social
No,
media
drop
slash?
it. Shouldn't have brought it
Internet.
up.
Why? Do you not
'Cause
like it?
I like it, but if I'm listening to this podcast, I'm thinking, how long are these four gonna go on
About.
rubbing
probably
off
more
their
about you,
egos,
isn't it?
basically?
All right.
Well, we're good. We
Let-
can't help
No,
that.
we are good. We are good. But it's
And we-
been 10 minutes.
And we've got the
Just give the
Christmas
people
party on
More of
Friday.
me.
So Christmas party on Friday as well.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Look forward to it.
I am.
What are you
Yes.
wearing, Lax?
Sequins.
I've got one suit, so
Wearing a suit.
I'm gonna wear basically. I'm gonna wear this. I'm gonna wear these jeans, this top. I'll wash it.
You're gonna wear that top
And
for the
a
Christmas
blazer.
party?
That's third day on the bounce.
Okay.
You've worn that top.
It is, yeah.
Polo shirt and blazer.
You what?
Is that a thing? Polo shirt and blazer?
Don't ask me. I'm not a king.
He does
of style.
what he wants. Trendsetter, aren't I? Do you know what I mean?
We'll see.
And actually, while we're on, it's all about him. You've had quite a radical change in
Of course.
hairstyles.
How did we
If we
forget?
did a transition from January 23 to December,
Yeah, true.
Wow. We should actually.
He's,
are you,
he's
I
slimmer.
see it's sort of getting longer again.
Well, it needs to cut. I'm going to get it cut tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Well, why come in for my neck all the time, man?
I'm not coming for your head.
Yeah, to be fair, I mean, I've been on a few episodes since the old chop.
Yeah, yeah.
We're on a little bit of a trim, trying to keep this down. I nearly said beard.
Looking
but-
younger.
I
It's a
nearly said
compliment.
beard. Yeah, thank you.
No problem.
Slim down a bit. Might have put a few quid back on, but we'll take it back off again after the busy Christmas period.
Yeah.
It's been you lot look the same. So,
reckon?
you lot can make an effort, do something a bit different,
Maybe next year's our year.
chuck a bit of hair dye, maybe, you two.
Yeah.
Steve's
I'm like,
had he's dragged you into my pool there. Wow.
He's not
I
far
can't
behind
argue,
you, to be
can
fair. To be fair, though, I don't know if you can see, I've got, all these, singular grey hairs, just,
Right, it's all about you. Move on
Oh,
next.
get the violins out. Bloody hell.
What's your year been like then, Steve? Because you've had a busy.
It's been busy, very busy. I've been learning about copiers.
Yeah?
Actually. So yeah, photocopier.
What have you learnt,
expert.
Steve?
Ink and that.
Ink.
and that.
It's ink, is it?
Yeah.
Really? Okay, you've learnt not a lot then.
Got to get the ink in.
Yeah.
Got to get the ink out. It's got to print.
That'd be toner.
Toner.
There
Yeah,
we go.
that's it.
Just
Toner.
checking.
Toner.
That's all right. That's all right.
And you can copy on it as well.
Can you?
apparently.
What about
So,
scanning?
Yes, apparently, yeah. The new ones can definitely do that as well.
You might need to spend some time with Canon, I think.
Right, let's move on from me. Let's talk about the podcast. So it's been a busy year. We're looking through the guests that we've had over the last 12 months. You sort of lose track, don't you? But some incredible guests over the last 12 months.
How many do you reckon? How many do you do it weekly?
Well, we've been a bit inconsistent this year.
We've all been busy, haven't we?
We try.
Yeah.
I'd probably say this year there's got to have
30.
been. I think 30 is a decent.
That's pretty good. Kudos.
The first one of this year was 30,
And now we're on
and now we're on
60 something.
61. So yeah,
Good going.
It's good effort.
31 episodes this year,
And some
Nearly as
big
many
names.
guests.
Some really good guests.
Big names. James Milner.
James Milner, not the Brighton midfielder.
Who would have thought it? No, recruiter James Milner. He was good.
Yeah.
But there's been many good ones. So let's go around the table. Who's your favourite guest over the last 12 months? JB.
Challenging. There's been like we said, there's been some good ones. I would say I thought David Coulburn, the chairman and founder of MKM Builders Merchants, was very insightful.
Good story, wasn't it?
It was a great story, but bless him, he came in when he wasn't feeling too chipper. But that's a proper story. And one of the things I really liked about David's story was around how he's now involved in encouraging and nurturing sort of, is it future entrepreneurs?
Yep.
And you could learn from a lot worse people than David on a journey of overcoming obstacles to get to success. So he'd be one of the favourites.
In terms of the the industry, you've been close to it for the last 27 plus years actually. What are the big changes that you've seen in the industry over that time?
Well, dramatically, the last 2 or 3 years have seen the biggest changes, rather than the period over the last 27 years. Well, I suppose we often debate this. I mean, the biggest debate often is not, of course, is digital and whether or not that we'll move much onto trading in a digital platform as against face to face or using the obvious telephone or whatever. It doesn't really change a lot. I mean, once you get past the point, from the handwritten dockets. When somebody would come to a sales counter and then you'd have to kind of process it through a system, and once you got a fully integrated software system, which really we obviously had a fairly simplistic one, as you can imagine, back 27 years ago, because obviously we hadn't got a lot of money to buy something that was sophisticated, but it was an all-in software package that could invoice people and collect the cash and all that kind of stuff. You put the products on the system and price and the rest of it. As long as you go, things haven't changed much. That still is predominantly much the same. And I mean the proportion of sales, and we've got a fairly sophisticated. We've just relaunched a new one website. Sales through that medium at the moment is extremely small in comparison to.
Oh, really? I was nodding, thinking you were going to say have really grown, but wow, that surprised me.
Still extremely slow, and of course the conundrum is: will our customer base eventually shift more to that style of shopping, or will they stick very much to the traditional method of, I'm going to pick up the phone and speak to Joe, who I know because. Often as not, there's more questions than answers. Are you sure you're ordering the right product? Or they're asking a question about, I'm not quite sure whether this application, or can you advise me about, how do I do this, or how can I, even experienced contractors, tradespeople, they're not absolutely certain all the time as to what kind of products would be suitable to use in this sense. So you can't ask those kind of things. So, or the website would be too complicated.
Yeah.
So I think, and then of course, if you're getting a lorry load of materials and you put it on the web and you just hope that it's going to arrive because you put, well, I'd like it for 10 o'clock on, blah, blah morning, and you've got 10 people waiting for it. I don't know. I think there's an element of, I want physically to hear somebody say it's going to arrive on time at 10 o'clock tomorrow. I'd rather than just depend on, I don't know, but nobody knows the answer to that. I mean, clearly it will grow over time because, kids today, they spend their time on tablets, don't they? And so, so really, we see it as it's a have to have, and it's it's as of today, and so therefore it's bang up to date. And obviously we're still working at it, loading more products, using social media more and all that kind of stuff. So we're well into all that kind of stuff, but
your customers still prefer that.
Yeah,
big
so
phone
it's
up, have a conversation.
Yeah, well, I suppose it's like most businesses. You've got to have every channel open, haven't you, so you can do business. And at the moment, the preferred channel for most people I would say, would be the phone.
Who else did I? Lauren from AAB.
Friend of the show.
Yeah, friend of the show. And hers was all around the sort of virtual finance function and how dropping teams in, not literally, but virtually to clues in the department, to help businesses, run their finance functions. And that was, it was quite interesting, and a bit of synergy with what we do on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah,
as
big
well.
advocate of tech.
So they'd probably be
nice.
My two standouts, probably to start with. Let me have a little longer think.
All right, we'll come back to you, Charlotte. Test to see if you watched any of the podcasts.
I do, and I definitely watch the clips. I think, in fact, there's been a few where afterwards I'm like, Max, I wanted to be on that podcast. This is my thing.
Yeah. How are you listening to them?
I see them on YouTube.
On that radio?
Yeah, on
of
the radio.
yours?
No, watch them on
I
YouTube.
didn't realise we were on the radio.
I think the favourite clip I saw, at least, was the gentleman that was in a couple of weeks ago. Was it Ian Tomlin?
Ian Tomlin.
Yeah, and he talks a lot about neurodiversity, which I just find so fascinating. And I think he'd made a comment about how, it's probably going to be somebody with autism that's going to cure cancer, was it?
Save the world.
Save the world, and probably cure cancer as well.
Yeah.
And I'm fully behind that. I find that fascinating.
You mentioned earlier about neurodiversity and how that feeds into AI. So it'd be interesting to get your perspective on that. Obviously, that's something that neurodiversity is something that you're obviously passionate about.
Yeah, what happened is this year I was at another conference. I was speaking at a conference called CWS Summit in London, which is for the contingent workforce, as in temporary workers, hired workers. And I was asked to speak about neurodiversity because my son, Mason, has gone through and been diagnosed with Asperger's later in life. So we went through that as a family. In my own sort of marketing teams, 60% of my people are neurodiverse as well. So I did feel a bit like in a massive imposter syndrome doing this, but certainly it was. I thought, well, okay, I'll give it a go. But what was remarkable was the number of blue chip company talent leaders that actually queued up to have a conversation after that. And I think the reality is. And I think Ernst & Young have recently put this really well, is they're recognizing that there are millions of new jobs that are going to be needed for technical, analytical, creative people. And in the latest generation going into the workforce, I would say the figure of neurodiverse against neurotypical is pretty much 1-to-1. Whereas it used to be, I mean, at the moment, the latest figures are it's 3 out of 10 of the workforce. So that's a massive change in workforce and the way that the workforce thinks. Now, we don't really know what's causing that. With autism, it's been identified from birth, so it's not as if it doesn't exist genetically, but it's not clear what activates it. What makes it more extreme in this new generation coming through. But what it means for employers is the way we employ people today goes back to our understanding of business that dates back to the early 19th century, So we've envisioned a business to be a machine, and we have envisioned workers to be essentially cogs in that machine. And we think that's the ideal. I want a machine that's really efficient and has cogs in it. But of course, society, when we hit 2020, that relationship between work and home just changed. And what we've seen now is when people come to work, they want to bring their whole self to work. And if you ask millennials, if you interview millennials nowadays and younger generations, they're asking, what can you as an employer do for me? Whereas in my generation, we would do anything for a job, because we're a baby boomer generation and we were desperate for any sort of job.
It's a good choice, actually. I was going to say...
she's stolen it.
That podcast. That's fine, because I've got a different... We can share. I'm coming from a different angle. What I found really fascinating, I thought about it for like days and days after, is he was talking about how neurodiversity seems to be on the rise, and it's like, well, what's causing it, right? And it's not, and he basically saying that like all of us within our brain have like an on-off switch, if you like, which could trigger one of these neurodiversities or not. And it's understanding like what triggers it. And he's just saying like we're living in a society now where there are more things, gaming, computers, internet, social media, whatever, that sustained activity on these things will cause these to be triggered in different ways. So we're now seeing more people be neurodiverse than a neurotypical, which kind of makes neurodiverse the new neurotypical. It's like Orange is the New Black, basically, but it's not as punchy. And I just thought that was really fascinating. It just got me thinking, because like, I don't know for sure, but I'm relatively certain that my 6-year-old is neurodiverse. She just thinks and sees the world in a different way, and in her own amazing way. And then I think to myself, well, actually, yeah, she's grown up 6 years old with, Nintendo Switch, YouTube Shorts, like all this stuff. So her brain's just operating at like such a pace compared to like what
mine.
Yeah, what were you doing? Playing with a ball and a stick on, probably on something.
Snakes and ladders and a dice, probably.
I just picture you like with your knees out in like little brown shorts.
He's going there.
With like one of those hats, with like the little propeller on the top. I picture just a little photo like in sepia. Yeah, don't you remember?
In sepia. Now you're taking it one step too far. However, it's right though, isn't it? Over a couple of decades I've been around, the change is, and now everything's so instant, and like you said, it takes things in different directions.
Because we're thinking more like machines. That's why, because we're seeing it, we're reading it, we're using we're thinking more like machines. We're using more of our brain, which a lot of people that have autism and other people that are neurodivergent, it's because we only use like a part of our brain, don't we? They use more of it.
No, I'll stop you there. That's a myth.
Is it?
The whole we only use 10%.
No, but we only use like a certain. We don't use the whole of our brain.
Have you met neurosurgeon Bakary Mundabar?
Yeah. So I've been in neurosurgery for 15 and a half years. No, but basically this whole thing in it of like we only use 10% of our like there's so many films based on it.
Trust me.
Where it's like unlock the rest. You've only got 10%.
There we go. Well done. You joined the dots, didn't you?
We just don't use all of our brain at the same time.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So there might be areas that people don't use as frequently.
Yeah.
That people who are neurodiverse use those parts more frequently.
More often, yeah.
Which then, means that they're not using parts that us typical folk, if we are typical. Yeah. Probably one of us out of the four of us right here is neurodiverse.
I was going to say, probably me. When you said your daughter sees the world differently, I was thinking, I wonder where she gets that from.
Yeah, well, I love to stand out, so I'll be neurodiverse. That's fine. But yeah, I just thought it was really interesting. And who else? There was that guy, really handsome. Just
Graham Frankish.
No, charismatic. Just steals the energy in the room.
Oh, I know.
Everyone looks at. Oh, what am I going to say?
You say Max Maneuver.
Yeah. It's pronounced Mundabar.
That's very touchy about.
That's Dr. Mundabar to you. Okay. No.
I don't remember you.
Not me. Marketing. I love a bit of marketing. Gary King came in. He was telling us, about some of his marketing agency and his consultancy as well.
Coaching.
He's coaching, and I thought that was really cool. As a marketer, you said marketeer earlier.
Oh, sorry,
I know.
I'm always
just an X-ray.
You are?
It's just an X-ray.
Yeah, I don't like it, mate. There's enough easy. As a marketer, I'm interested to get into the sort of marketing aspect of what you do. So like, because I think for like nowadays, marketing it's quite trendy actually, and a lot of people, they want to work in marketing. A lot of companies want to do marketing, especially like in a space like LinkedIn, where it's very personal brand and everyone's trying to show off what they do and how they do it, as opposed to back in the day where it was pretty much like you've got a nice logo, you've got a nice little
leaflets
card,
and brochures,
and that sort of thing.
Cake decorating.
Yeah.
Cake decorating, yeah.
That's cool.
So tell me how you approach marketing with a client, and like how, what would be like the go-to, like, right, these are the things that a lot of people are not doing right and they're missing. Can you sort of unpack that a little bit?
Yeah, well, I think there's an irony here. You know, I work with a number of marketing agencies, a number of web agencies. It's one of the kind of core sectors I work with. And the irony is that when I go to a marketing agency and go, tell me why I should buy from you and not these other marketing agents. So I'm in Leeds. There's 4,500, kind of web and marketing businesses in Leeds. So I go to, why should I, as a customer, why should I buy from you and none of these other 4,500? What's your proposition? What's your unique selling point? And then mumble for 15 minutes. And I go, there's an irony that you can't articulate your proposition when your sole job is to help your clients articulate their proposition.
Yeah.
And so it's I don't know, is it disingenuous? I don't know. So for me, I think you mentioned there's so many marketers. It's become trendy. It's become faddy.
I appreciate using the correct term.
I did think before.
For a second.
I did just to make sure I get it right.
His audience.
Well, it depends who I'm addressing. Right? But every man and the dog's a branding expert. Every man and the dog's a social media expert. There's so many AI experts now. I think I saw a link yesterday how I made my first million using AI, and I just bullshit. It's just so everybody jumps on the bandwagon. What happens is these people come and go because actually they don't have the core credibility and capability. Marketing's really simple to me. Now, I'm not a marketeer, but I market my business and I work with my clients to market their business using what I've learned. Now, in the marketing business, Claire, who I work with, my business partner, she's a fellow of the Chartered Institute. She's forgotten more about marketing than most will care. So when they need pure 101 marketing, we wheel Claire in and she does an amazing job. She's fantastic. There's what Claire would call a number of superheroes in marketing. We call them superheroes. So the first one is awareness. How do you make people that don't know that you exist know that you exist? How do you raise awareness of your business, your brand, yourself? Once you've raised that, now that can be, it differs for every business, doesn't it? Yeah. Is it networking? Is it on LinkedIn? Is it doing a podcast? There will be people downloading this that have never heard of me. So why am I sat here? Because my core purpose when I started the business was to help small business owners make better decisions. And if one person downloads this and listens to this and makes a different decision tomorrow, I've ticked my purpose.
Yeah.
But of course, there's going to be people listening to this that go, I've never heard of Gary King. I've never heard of Tendo. Yeah. So it's raising awareness, right? So do what you say you're going to do. What practice what you preach, kind of thing. Yeah. So raise awareness. Then what you've got to do is you've got to get them interested in you. I'm struggling a bit with my business. I really could do with some help. So they're interested in the concept. So you've taken from awareness to potential interest. What you've then got to do, the third one, is evaluate. Right, I'm thinking of picking the phone up to Gary. Let me just check out his testimonials. Let me look at his testimonial videos. Let me look at his creds. Let me look at his case studies. Let me chat to a few people he's worked with and see whether this guy's a real deal or whether he's spinning everybody a yarn. It's that evaluation piece. Yeah. Because gone are the times, like 20 years ago when I was really at my heyday in sales. You get a prospective client into the boardroom and you spend the first 10 slides telling them how amazing your business was. Now, they've checked you out before they've come anywhere near you, and they're either going to say, I ain't bothering, or they're rocking up knowing full well they've done their homework, so you don't need to do that. Yeah. So you've done that evaluation piece. Then it's test drive. How do you get them to sample your product? Is it a download? Is it a free course? Everybody knows that if you test drive a car, you're more likely to buy it. It's the sample of cheese at the end of the aisle in the supermarket that they're dishing out, or you walk around Starbucks and they give you the new summer drink that you try it, you're gonna buy it, right? So you've gone awareness, interest, evaluation, test drive. Then you've got to onboard them as a client. So the fifth superhero is onboarding, and then the sixth one obviously is kind of retention and repeat.
And the Pepsi challenge.
Yes. Who won? I failed.
I failed
as well, didn't you?
He won.
What was the outcome? I saw him seen bits of it. Right. So is Pepsi more sweet than Coke then, or Coke?
Basically, yeah. Can you tell the two apart?
Yeah.
I think because we were talking at the time about marketing on that episode, and Pepsi Where's My Jet, which was like a documentary series on Netflix. I just watched it, so there's some interesting stuff in that. And then we got talking about Coke and Pepsi, and was like,
there was New Coke, wasn't there? They launched New Coke, sweeter,
right,
which went down badly.
So this was a lesson in research
because it was too sweet.
Right. Yeah, but because when they were testing, I think basically Coke did some blind taste tests. Yeah, and they gave people some Coke and some Pepsi, and everyone said that they preferred the taste of Pepsi, so they changed their formula to be sweeter like Pepsi.
Yeah.
But it turns out that if you have a small amount of something, you will always prefer it if it's sweeter. But if you have a big amount of something, you don't want it to be as sweet.
Yeah.
So if they give people a full can of each and said do both of them, they could have just kept it the same.
Yeah.
Seems obvious when you think about it, doesn't it?
It does
There you
really,
go.
but hindsight's a funny thing, isn't it? Talking about marketing, who do you think's, we were talking about this the other day, who do you think's nailed it, like Christmas marketing, adverts-wise? John Lewis, you've got your Marks and Spencers, you've got your...
I didn't mind the Marks and Spencer, a bit boring.
Which is a really sad one. When you feel really heartwarming.
The Amazon one.
Was the Amazon one?
With the old ladies on the...
Yeah, that one's...
Have you seen the small pub in Ireland? They did their own. That was cute. It was low budget.
Yeah.
Well, it's a small pub in Ireland. It's going to have a low budget.
Yeah, but it was ace.
Yeah.
Just getting people talking on in the pub, and an old man that people ignored him until he got in the pub with a pint of Guinness, and then everyone was talking to him.
Pint of Guinness, yeah, I'll be there. Although the flip side to that, and typical me, I don't really pay much attention to any of this sort of stuff, but there was the contra to it, which was it was either Morrison's or Asda, something like that, who basically said, we haven't spent all our money on a marketing campaign, we're going to make your prices cheaper. Who was it?
I don't know, but one of them's got Bublé. Have you seen it? I think it's Asda.
Right.
Would you
Like I
pay
said, I
for
didn't have the
that?
facts right, Charlotte. I
Exactly,
just saw that one had gone the other way and
Yeah.
said, all that money that's been spent on that,
Yeah.
we'll just keep your prices where they were. And I thought, that's actually
That's
quite
mad.
clever.
Yeah, it's a good
Clever,
move.
like that.
It is a good
Yeah.
move. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, not Asda then. It must have been the other one.
Yeah. Tesco.
Isn't that
If
Asda the
they've
one
got-
that do it on the old... On
Yeah,
the
but they've got Bublé in the adverts.
He's like you. He
That
only
must-
comes out at Christmas.
He's like
doesn't he?
Christmas
Wow.
gold, isn't he?
Anyway,
Yeah, we've not seen him in the office for quite a long time either.
Next.
Who was your favourite?
there's been many. So yeah, Steve McDermott.
Oh,
He was good early on in the year.
I brought a rubber chicken to where did he bring it? Somewhere. You were there.
I was there.
I don't know. Was it? He speaks at a lot of conferences and stuff, doesn't he?
Yeah,
So
true.
He just,
He brought a
turns,
rubber
he just
chicken,
turns up
yeah.
with random stuff.
Interesting character, full of life.
Yeah, Steve. John Moranka was good.
Yeah, the football guy.
Yeah, talking about footballers. Well, yeah, he's sports psychologist and business
Yeah.
psychologist and
And just
coach.
like getting people's.
How come I didn't
mind
get an invite
states.
to that? That would have been a subject I'd have been really interested in.
It would have been above your head. And then
My God.
Jessup was good. Mike Jessup.
Yeah,
Frankish was good.
he was. Yeah,
Graham.
a bit of a masterclass in sales.
Yeah, so if you're a fledgling salesman or woman, then I'd absolutely recommend watching that podcast. In fact, the kids, as we refer to them, that was on their
It's playing
itinerary,
in
wasn't it?
their, on their screen in their office, isn't it?
Yeah, masterclass in sales. That.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. No, Graham was good. Who else? Did Sally come on?
We did. Yeah, I think we've done one. I think Sal's done one.
Yeah.
She was on with Glenn.
She's done that one as well. Yeah.
So yeah, we've had a few.
Yeah.
We had any other? Will Nevis joined us, one of our business process consultants.
Yeah.
With Ali Yorak
Which is
from
his-
Manchester
His
University.
former teacher. Was
Former professor, I think you call them.
Was it?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Not
You're
quite
on
doctor.
fire today.
Yeah, not quite doctor.
Facts.
But,
Not quite doctor. No.
Yes.
Professor.
we had the Source lads on.
Yeah, we did.
We still need to organise that five-a-side football game. No, in fact, you took the action from that, didn't you?
Yep. Still on my to-do list.
We'll follow that up in January.
will, yeah,
So
yeah.
That's fine. Yeah. Anybody else spring to
You
mind?
had your guest who talks a lot about diversity and inclusion.
Tanya McCalman. That's
Yeah.
who you're talking
Tanya,
about, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
Alright, so
I saw her in King's Cross the other day. I didn't speak to her, but
didn't you?
That would
No.
have been weird.
Why?
because I
Why
thought
would it be weird?
she probably wouldn't remember me. So, but she just walked past me in King's Cross. I thought,
And you
small
thought,
world.
you just thought, you're nothing to me.
I'd had a long day at
Yeah.
a Canon conference. So
Learning about ink.
yeah, learning about ink.
Did you get to play with the ink?
No, they don't let me in the ink. No.
To be fair, we're just grateful for all of the guests, because without guests, it'd be just boring with us 3 or 4.
Yeah.
I think it's a good laugh when we just sit here and, chat
Talk about Christmas songs.
shit. But we've had lots of guests, and quite a few of them have come quite a distance to be our guests, which is cool as well.
Yeah.
And they share all of their insight, their wisdom, and it's just great to soak it all in. And I go away thinking about, all of the knowledge, like all of the ideas, like this
That you forget.
neurodiversity thing.
Yeah.
You generally take a nugget, don't you, from each conversation, a nugget of brilliance.
Yeah, and you can start to sort of apply it, and like even if like I'm not in it, you know, we're editing it, or I'm seeing Ellie editing it, she's giggling. One thing actually that you guys don't get to experience is when Ellie will pause the video midway through a sentence. She's got screenshots of some of the most beautiful facial expressions.
Really?
Yeah.
Not of me though.
No, loads.
That's Ellie's
I
bit.
seem to think I get victimised quite a bit. Some
I
things
think we all do. I think we all do.
No, you got victimised once. I don't know about victimised. It's a playful joke, you know, because you know, you was a bit. What? So what? I say Ashley. Ashley.
Why use 5 words when you can use 50? That's your motto in life, isn't it, Jamie?
It has been said once or twice.
That's it.
3 times, 4 times.
Yeah, but what I was going to say as well, we're going to put some of those clips into this episode, aren't we? So that's going to take up some of the runtime.
Right.
So
Good.
we can probably wrap it
about now.
Yeah.
We've not talked about the biggest thing in our world over the last 12 months. ChatGPT.
Oh, not AI.
AI.
Oh, we could not talk about AI.
Do you know what?
At least once this year.
50 words instead of 5. Seriously.
You've already used 20 of
He's
the words.
really think about it.
When you have brought that software in and it impersonated our voices.
Oh yeah.
Scary.
Yeah, that's
It
cool.
was
isn't it?
really scary because
Yeah.
when you think like now, sometimes to get security passes like your voice or whatever.
Yeah.
And in a lot of the instances, certainly me and you, I think the first 10-15 seconds was us, and then it tailed off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's unbelievably, like clever, but it's scary as well.
Oh yeah, because
for me.
it's become a sort of scam that people are using.
Mm-hmm.
So like, you all know Mr. Beast is, don't you? I think we've talked about him on the show.
Is he YouTube?
Yeah, you know who he is, man.
I don't. I've heard of him. Do you know? Yeah.
Come on,
Negative
brief
guy.
us.
Do you know who he is?
No, but go on.
None of you know who he is.
No.
Oh, well, there's no point then.
All right, we'll move on to the next bit. then.
No, there is point.
What? So he uses the AI.
No,
and what's he doing?
basically, he's like one of the biggest YouTubers, and his whole thing is that like since day pretty much, he's been giving away like huge amounts of money. You know, he'll walk into like a Walmart with a briefcase, got 20 grand in,
Yes.
and he'll say, "Do you want this briefcase? You know, it's got 10 grand in, or shall I double it and pass it to the next person?" And he'll keep doing that until someone accepts it. He must have given away hundreds of millions, right, over like his career. And he did this thing where it was like the finger on the app game. So everyone, it was in America to be fair, could download this app, and basically the last person that had their finger on the app would win like $1 million. So people all over the world were streaming themselves with their finger on the app, you know, and they'd like scratch their finger. Oh no! So these ads have been appearing on YouTube and stuff that they've used AI to imitate his voice, but because he's well known for giving away loads of money,
Mugging people.
Scamming people.
whatever the offer is doesn't seem too good to be true because it's the kind of thing that he would be doing.
Yeah.
So they'll be saying, "Oh, like he'll say like I'm giving away 10 grand to the next 100 people that that click this link or whatever," and they like imitate his voice to get people through there. So using 5,000 words instead of 5. My point is, it's a scam. You'll be all right because you don't know who he is. So
I think for the next year, it's going to be interesting to see what AI and ChatGPT and that world does and how it influences our day-to-day life and also part of our business as well.
Yeah.
But let's leave it there. Thank you to all the guests. Thank you to all the watchers, listeners, subscribers. It's been a great year. We'll see you in 2024.
Merry Christmas.
stay now, baby, if you got to go away.
How about
Don't think I
next
can
year?
take
Who
the
have we got lined
pain.
up for next year?
Need to get back on
Won't you
it.
Are you gonna top
stay
it?
in love with what?
Next week is going to be amazing.
It was-
That's in this
It's going to be the
year's.
best one.